Good morning, everyone. Welcome to PWR today. It's Friday. We finally made it. May 28th, 2021. The man they call Meathead and the other guy with the letter M, Matthew Thomas. Good morning, Matthew.
Good morning. We're two M's in a pod because that's where M's hang out, is in a pod.
Right. Not P's, because, our names don't start with P's. We're M's in a pod.
Yeah, that's reasonable.
Reasonable enough. Hey, we're also 2 days away from AEW's Double or Nothing pay-per-view, which we will have coverage of Monday morning. Matthew Thomas, first off, before we get into breaking down what we expect to see from AEW, tell us who sponsors the program.
Our program is sponsored by Collar brand clothing, where if you're looking for some clothing to wear that's fashionable and functional this summer season, head on over to collarandelbowbrand.com. And if you want to save some money that you can use to do whatever you want to do, you can invest it, you can throw it on the ground, you can give it to people, you can eat it. Yes, that would be the ultimate status symbol right there. The money you save from Collar and Elbow, you eat. You actually literally consume. What you
For those of you tuning in trying to get AEW predictions, we're sorry. We're still talking about collarandelbowbrand.com.
If you want to save that money that you will end up eating, promo code Linda K. That's LINDAKAY. See how fast I'm getting, Meathead?
Well, that's the word on the street. I've talked to your significant other. She says you're very fast.
Yeah, like in the 40-yard dash and whatnot.
Yeah, that's what they call it, the 40-yard dash.
Yeah.
But anyway, collarandelbowbrand.com, Linda K, LINDAKAY. Now, Matthew Thomas, we've got one bit of news actually before we get into breaking down Double or Nothing, which will be happening this weekend at Daly's Place in Jacksonville. Tony Khan has confirmed there will be a women's casino battle royal at an upcoming pay-per-view. Now, they said they were obviously unable to do the casino battle royal last year because, just to be completely honest, during the, the height of the pandemic, they were unable to get in enough talent to make the match worth running, right? So they're happy to have the casino battle royal again at Double or Nothing. And he has confirmed at All Out this November, they will have a women's casino battle royal. Your thoughts?
Yeah. Do we still need to stick with the term casino battle royal when it's not in Vegas? I feel like that's kind of a Vegas thing.
No, I think it's a Double or Nothing thing, and that's why they want to run the casino battle royal at the Double or Nothing. And Double or Nothing used to run in Vegas. It's kind of like having a TNT championship on TBS.
Well, and I guess they also do like the suits of cards, right? That's because you enter in your card suit. So I guess it's kind of synonymous.
You're an aces or an eighth.
Yeah. So. Yeah. Oh, that's right. That's what we need. We need aces and eights in the casino battle royal.
There we go. You already got half the members hanging around, so.
Wow, we do. Is that have you bought your aces and eights cut yet? Have you? I know you've been looking.
I have not bought my
trying to ride that down on the discount. Yeah, I need my aces and eights cut.
But according to Curryhead, you need to carry around a tire iron at all times because it's a misdemeanor instead of a felony when you attack people.
Do you, as opposed to a ball-teen hammer?
Yes.
Oh my goodness. You know what somebody should do and report back to us? They should actually get an aces and eights cut and just wear it in a motorcycle bar and just kind of see what happens.
Make sure that it's freshly pressed, that it doesn't look like you've worn it before, and you took it right out of the box.
That's right. Who do you
go to the nastiest, dirtiest biker bar you can find?
I ride with aces and eights.
There's a picture floating around out there that my buddy sent once of this dude that it was, I don't know what his deal was, but he had a Sam Crow cut, the Sons of Anarchy one. So it was fake. Yeah.
When I was living in South Carolina, there used to be kind of a Roadhouse bar that.
Wait. If you're going to say that, you're supposed to go Roadhouse.
Road home. It's more like a road home was what it was. But
reference lost on Matthew. Continue.
The owner tried to make the claim that he lived like on the dividing line between two counties. So he technically was not in a county. So he had pure autonomy to do whatever he wanted to because there were no laws that governed his motorcycle bar. So up until like a couple of years ago, when I think he was eventually shut down, you could, if you wanted to smoke inside, you could smoke inside. If you wanted to play his gambling machines.
Wait, didn't I see that bar on Bar Rescue? I feel like I've seen that.
I think they stepped in to rescue him a little bit too late. And apparently he was of the mindset that, when you don't live in a county, you don't really have to pay any taxes or anything either. I think that was what ultimately got him in some hot water.
Yeah. Peter in Petopia on Family Guy also thought that as well, that there was a small section of his backyard that he could call Petopia. So. Yeah, but let's talk wrestling. And again, the Roadhouse reference was from Peter Griffin. Roadhouse.
Well, I thought the Roadhouse reference was from Roadhouse.
Yes. Which wrestler was starring in that movie, by the way? Who was one of the not extras. I mean, he had speaking lines, but what famous wrestler was in that movie?
Kenny Omega.
Not Kenny Omega, but I'll give you a hint. He had a funkin' good time.
Oh, that's what it would be, Terry Funk, huh?
That'd be Terry Funk. That's right. Terry Funk tried to get a little piece of him, some Patrick Swayze action, some Sam Elliott and his mustache action. All right.
I mean, that's what Terry Funk does.
Is get mustache action. That's right. So let's talk Double or Nothing. Here are the matches that we have so far. I don't know if they plan on adding any more after this, but the main event is a triple threat. Pac, Kenny Omega, Orange Cassidy. It will be for the AEW World Heavyweight Championship. We've also got Stadium Stampede. It's the Inner Circle and the Pinnacle. Tag Team Championships on the line. The Young Bucks taking on the team of Moxley and Kingston. The AEW Women's Championship. Hikaru Shida will take on the number one contender, Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, with Rebel at her side, not Reba. The TNT Championship also on the line. Miro takes on Lance Archer in a tag team match. Sting and Darby Allin against Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page. And in singles action, Hangman Adam Page and Brian Cage. I think we will have all four in the building for the pay-per-view Double or Nothing. Page taking on Cage. Ethan Page taking on Sting and Allin. And then Christian Cage, I believe, is in the Casino Battle Royal. So, again, Matthew, I continue to ask, what are we living this life for if we don't have Page and Cage versus Cage and Page?
Oh, it's got to happen, and it's got to be in a cage, without a doubt. My goodness. That is, we've got to get that at some juncture. And I mean, I think you can name a pay-per-view. If you can't name a pay-per-view after it, you can at least name an AEW Dynamite special event after it.
Yeah. And I also forgot to mention, too, Cody Rhodes, the American Dream, one time only, taking on Anthony Ogogo. So let's run them down. Let's talk about them match by match. And let's start with the aforementioned Cody Rhodes and Anthony Ogogo, the American Dream for one pay-per-view only. Your thoughts on Cody and Anthony?
Man, it's hard to imagine that Cody would, break out the American Dream moniker and lose. But here's the thing, man. I mean, this is the biggest thing that's happened for Ogogo in his AEW stint, and he's still relatively, unknown in AEW. And I mean, I think you're taking some steps backwards if he loses in his first high profile match. So it may be a little bit of a surprise to a lot of people, but I'm picking Ogogo to get the win here.
Not a surprise to me. Ogogo wins this one walking away.
I like it. We are in agreement.
Let's talk about Hangman Adam Page taking on Brian Cage, the FTW champion, with Taz at his side. I really do think that this is a match they can open up Double or Nothing with, and not have it be a quote-unquote curtain jerker type match. I think this is a match that gets the crowd hyped.
Well, and it's been very deliberately, if you've noticed, we didn't have it last week, but I think you had like 3 consecutive weeks in a row where Page was opening up Dynamite. And I think that is, outside of anybody you put out there, Page is probably going to get the biggest ovation on that roster.
He's drinking again. Other people's drinks.
He is drinking again. That way, things are getting close to back to normal when he's drinking other people's drinks. So, it
was Ricky Starks this time. It was his drink.
Yeah, give me Adam Page as the first person on that pay-per-view to get that pop from that full Daily's Place crowd. I think you're right. I think it opens, and I think Page picks up the victory here.
Absolutely agreed. And again, it's not just you and me, Matthew. It's the wrestling consensus. This is the slow burn for Adam Page. and Kenny Omega at All Out for the AEW Championship, and it starts here.
I agree.
So we'll take Hangman and Page in that match. Let's talk about Miro and Lance Archer with Jake the Snake Roberts. I really do believe that this is a walk in a park's an insult to Lance Archer, because I mean, I'm not trying to insult Lance Archer, but I really do think that this is for Miro. It's designed for Miro to blow through Lance Archer.
I think it's going to be more competitive than you think. I think it's going to be a very physical, very close match, and I think there's going to be some false finishes there where you think they may just surprise you and put that title on Archer, but I don't think you put it on Miro in this newly rejuvenated Miro and have him lose on his first pay-per-view. Miro retains.
Yeah, I think it's Miro by a mile on this one. Now, here's a match I'm not quite sure which way it goes. Sting and Darby Allin taking on the team of Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page. I predict an upset, and I think it's Sky and Page with the victory over the Legend and the former TNT champion.
I could see that happen, and I think it's pretty smart booking. And my goodness, you have anybody defeat Sting, it makes a career. But this is Sting's first actual in-person match, and
right,
quite
not
a
a
long
cinematic.
time. Yeah, and he's never wrestled in AEW non-cinematic, so I see the feel-good sensation. I see the feel-good moment here, and I see, them wanting to give Darby some love after his title loss, so I'm going Darby and Sting here.
Okay. Tag team titles are on the line. The Young Bucks will take on the team of Moxley and Kingston, members of the team they call Meatheads. And as much as I would love to see Moxley and Kingston walk away with the tag team championships, which are not, this is, my booking for this is kind of your booking for Miro and Lance Archer. I think there's going to be a lot of false finishes in this, but at the end of the day, I think the Bucks retain.
I think they do. And, you've also got to keep in mind as well, too, how close is Moxley to becoming a father?
I don't know. Soon.
Yeah. I
know he's shot one past the goalkeeper. So, it's 1-0 Moxley.
He plays hockey? I thought
soccer.
Jericho's father used to play hockey.
Jericho's father, Ted Irvine.
Yeah. Yeah, he's the guy that's married to Gail Kim, right?
Gail Kim's married to a restaurant guy. He's married to a cook.
Yeah. He's an Irvine as well, too.
Robert Irvine. Thank you very much.
Yeah, there's a lot of Irvines involved in
again, the Page is not the only confusing thing we got going on today.
So what were we talking about again?
Bucks, Moxley and Kingston.
Yeah. I think Bucks retain here, and I know it's not going to be very conducive for your fantasy team, Meathead, but I could potentially see Moxley getting ridden off for a while.
Ooh. Oh. But that's okay. I'll take some Eddie Kingston points.
He's got to go celebrate his baby's birth.
Well, it's AEW, so you can fly out, come back. This show should have been in Vegas, and Moxley is from Vegas, so you never know.
Very true. So yeah, I'm picking Bucks here.
The team they call Linda Longtime, the Longtime Linda or whatever her team name is. There's more jokes in there, but she's got the number one contender in the women's division in AEW, Britt Baker, DMD, Dr. Britt Baker, against a champion that's gone over a year now, Hikaru Shida. Is this the day with Rebel, not Reba? Is this the day that we have a new champion in Britt Baker, DMD?
It's got to be. You've had over a year title reign. Britt Baker is the person that they've put the most effort into as far as crafting that character and crafting that personality. I'm looking for this to be, the Britt Baker win here. And again, I think she's a lot like the Adam Page, on the female side of the coin in AEW, in the fact that, it's somebody you can really hang your hat on as far as an AEW original. I'm seeing Britt Baker picking up the win here. And back to the Moxley and Kingston thing, you know what I think will be fun on this very program? We got to find out how close she is, but I think we need a PWR baby pool for Renee. One of those little things where we bet on the due date and stuff.
Bet on the due date, bet on the size, the sex, on the the length, the hour, the minutes, all that other stuff.
Dude, that's going to be fun.
Let's talk about the Stadium Stampede. Stadium Stampede is the Inner Circle taking on the Pinnacle. I actually loved Stadium Stampede last year, which was Inner Circle and the team of, I think it was Omega, Page, Hardy. Omega, Page, Hardy. Who else was there?
Omega, Page, Hardy. Why is that the only people I'm remembering?
I don't remember.
Bucks?
Yeah, Bucks. There you go. That's literally it. It was the Bucks. They were in on that. P. Thomas, predictions for Stadium Stampede 2021.
I think you got to go Pinnacle right here. I really do. I mean,
if the Pinnacle wins, the Inner Circle must disband.
Yeah, I think that's what you do. I mean, look, Jericho, he's tuning up the band again, and not in the Shawn Michaels way, but literally tuning up the band again. And I mean, what that does, that's that, you know, all of these guys in the Inner Circle can run really solid, you know, as singles. And I think it really, think about that. You break it up. I mean, you've got a Hager's single run. You've got Sammy going solo. I mean, those are two freaking stars right there. And Sammy, his personality has shined, but you know, I feel like, oh, man, I feel like Hager has kind of been pushed to the back of the Inner Circle a little bit. And I mean, he's still very believable and very intimidating, but I think that's somebody you can have a freaking heck of a singles run with. And again, I mean, you've got MJF, who is quite possibly the best heel in the business. Give him the win, and you got to get Jericho off of TV for the summer and let him hit the road and let a certain team not collect fantasy points for Jericho for a while. And yeah.
Team Long Time is who you're talking about there. By the way, it was the Elite and Matt Hardy. So it was Omega and Page, and then the Young Bucks, the Elite, with Matt Hardy taking on the Inner Circle last year. I think that it's for all those reasons, but the opposite. I think the Inner Circle wins, and they're written off TV the following Wednesday or Friday. Actually, let me take that back. AEW Dynamite will not air next Wednesday. It will be airing on Friday due to the NBA playoffs. So I think the Inner Circle, and Jericho specifically, is written off TV after the Inner Circle wins at Double or Nothing.
Very interesting insight.
Okay. We've got one more match to talk about before we get to the main event. The Casino Battle Royal. Now, there's plenty of people that have been named in this particular match. However, there's always one that they leave open.
Yeah.
Do you want to predict who wins this, or do you want to predict who the mystery competitor is?
I'll go who wins it.
Go for it.
I think it's going to be Christian Cage.
At last, he's on his own. Okay, explain to me how and why. Why Christian Cage?
He's the hardest worker. He's going to leave later than everybody else leaves. That's how you win a battle royal. he's going to outwork everybody.
You're an absolute genius, by the way. Okay, so I'll take the mystery card. There is talk that it is a man that was a former WWE competitor that may be making his way into AEW, and he seems to be engaged to a queen.
Oh, really?
There is talk that it could be Andrade. Andrade does have a upcoming feud in AAA with Kenny Omega.
Yeah.
So Andrade is being whispered as the mystery competitor. Right now, here's what we've got so far. We've got Griff Garrison, Brian Pillman Jr., Preston, Vance, Stu Grayson, Nick Comoroto, QT Marshall, Lee Johnson, Dustin Rhodes, Anthony Bowens, Matt Caster, Penta El Zero, Isaiah Cassidy, Mark Quinn, Matt Sydal, Christian Cage, Matt Hardy, Powerhouse Hobbs, Evil Uno, Colt Cabana, Boom, Boom, Jungle Boy, and the mystery entrant. I can't wait to see what Jungle Boy does in this match.
Yeah, and I mean that's one of the handful of people I think that do need to go into the equation about winning it, because I mean he's got some fanfare, and you're going back to crowds and stuff. And I mean, much like you're going to see with Orange Cassidy in the main event, Jungle Boy in a main event title match, that could be a big draw, a very a very fun match for an audience.
It reminds me of, and I think we've talked about it on this program before, it reminds me of the run that Santino Marella had between Royal Rumble to WrestleMania, where he was the second, the last person left in the 40-man Rumble that Alberto Del Rio won. Remember, Santino thought he won, and then Alberto came in and took him out. He also made it to the end of the Elimination Chamber as well. That was a very fun run for Santino.
Yeah, it was.
Main event time. Pac, the Bastard, Orange Cassidy, the Morning Drink, and the AEW Heavyweight Champion, Kenny Omega. Thoughts?
It'll be a fun match. It'll be really good to see the crowd reaction of Orange Cassidy, and I like this being a triple threat in the fact that Orange Cassidy can do his thing, and you can have, the match that Pac and Omega is going to give us.
They would give each other a brutal match, and then Cassidy can just sit there and watch.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun, really entertaining match. But I don't. One of the issues with the way that Omega is being booked with all these titles, I don't. You've got to build up a very, very strong and viable contender that makes sense booking wise. And I think you're not going to have many people who are going to suspect this match goes any other way than Kenny Omega retaining his title.
So is that the recipe for a swerve?
It could be. And my goodness, you put that title on Orange Cassidy, people lose their mind.
But for how long?
That's the thing. It's not. And then what do you do, man? And then do you risk? I mean, and that's the thing too. If you want to book the Page thing down the road, you risk losing some of the importance with that, because the person to take it off of Omega, it's got to be huge, and it's got to be somebody that
it's got to be that huge steam that we always talked about, Matthew. We've been doing it for years. The steam of who takes the Undertaker's streak, who beats Brock Lesnar finally. Yeah. It's got to be that huge steam, and it's got to be Hangman Adam Page.
And at the end of the day, Orange Cassidy's Orange Cassidy, and he doesn't need the title.
We both agree Kenny Omega's probably walking out of this one still the champion, still the AEW champion, still the Impact Wrestling champion. He's going to be wrestling, I believe he's taking on Moose in a couple weeks as well at Against All Odds. Real quick, did you watch any of Impact last night?
I missed it last night.
W. Morrissey did an interview. When did Edge get a twin brother?
Yeah.
Holy smokes, the dude looks just like Edge.
I mean, and the thing of it is too, like, I mean, keep in mind, I mean, it wasn't long and it wasn't sustained, but they were pushing him hard as a singles guy in WWE, when
him and Enzo broke up.
Yeah, when Enzo was injured or out of the equation, that was they were gearing up for a singles run there. So I mean, I think there's
and he had his issues that he was going through.
Definitely something to add eyes to Impact.
Go check out that promo from last night on Impact. It was absolutely fantastic. What was even more impressive was the chin music from Rich Swann, dude. I've never seen sweet chin music to a face that close up and live. Dude, yeah. They had the camera on his face, and all you saw was boot. Boot across the jaw. So Go ahead and check out that promo from last night on Impact Wrestling. So, Matthew Thomas, this Sunday we were going to have All or Nothing again. We will talk about it. Plus, implications galore for the PWR draft for the 21-22 season. Here is who we have in action. Linda Kay has Kenny Omega. She's got Britt Baker, a possible title win for her. She's also got MJF and the Young Bucks, a title defense, a specialty match win. Linda Kay also has Chris Jericho in a specialty match. Matthew Thomas, you will come to the dance with no one except Orange Cassidy from AEW.
That's all you need. I mean, the thing of it is, I'm running out of place in my belt cabinet for all of my belts. And wouldn't you know it, the one person I've got on the AEW roster is in contention for a belt that he may or may not win. My goodness, even when I do make my appearance in AEW pay-per-views, it's sniffing around that main event picture. What can I say?
Here's who I have. I have Miro, who's going to defend his belt. Well, I've also got Adam Page, who's going to win his singles match. Then I also have, that's it. I think I've got who do I got? I got Miro. I've got Adam Page, And that's it for AEW.
Yeah.
So,
well, you know what? You and Linda,
Kingston and Moxley as well.
You enjoy your double point pay-per-view, and when
specialty
AEW
match pay-per-views, yeah.
when AEW goes on their 4-month hiatus between pay-per-views and WWE's having a pay-per-view every other week, I'm gonna be the one that's kicking back and enjoying.
So what you're doing is you're saying you're following the Meathead strategy from the 2021 season, the championship season of the Man They Call Meathead.
Yeah. It's very interesting looking at the different strategies that everybody's employing in this year's draft, because there are some pretty stark contrasts to the teams and also the league affiliations, if you will.
There you go. Well, I guarantee you Linda Kay comes out on top, at least over Matthew Thomas. But the Man They Call Meathead will always come out on top.
Here's the thing, though. The rosters are not set for Sunday. I've got a few more days, and between now and then, I am going to do my best to convince Linda Kay that it is in her interests to bench Kenny Omega.
To bench?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. No. There's a strong, very good reason to put him on the bench for this pay-per-view.
At PWR Draft 2021 on Twitter. Follow us throughout the day during the pay-per-view. We will have roster updates. We'll be tweeting throughout the pay-per-view, and boy, oh boy, I just feel bad for Matthew and Linda, because I mean it's kind of hard to be me and keep on winning. It's tough. I feel guilty sometimes, but here it is. Currently, Matthew leads at 245. I have 230, and Linda at 65. But again, Linda with, the champion, possibly future champion in Britt Baker, DMD, and Jericho in a specialty match. And the Inner Circle, I predict, will win. So, that's a lot of points right there.
Yeah, that's very true.
Very true. Matthew Thomas, I'm the Man They Call Meathead. Thanks for stopping by. We will talk to you Monday morning to talk everything AEW Double or Nothing. So long, everyone.